Anyway, brothers and sisters. All right, what do we have here? Jet. DRX play with no sentinel, so no traps, no anything. Just a double, triple initiator and a controller and just a dash on site. So essentially, DRX, what I think is like how you approach the game with triple duelists is you want to abuse those utilities here. 1, 2, 3. Those utilities have a 35-second cooldown, right? And they're gonna they're gonna just play default because of that. Because the reason, unless you have a ultimate from KO. I muted myself in time, I think. Anyway, the point is, triple initiator has abundance of utility that you can reuse. So when you're playing attack, unless you have a very huge like value in your plan and also in ultimates, then you can rush down a side in like an opening gamble, right? But otherwise, I feel like playing triple initiator on attack on maps like Ascent, you should abuse the locations, the locations reveals that you have, you know, with the haunt, with the recon, with the dagger, you know, actually to play so much control on the map. Because even if you use those 3 utilities in the beginning of the round, after 35 seconds, you have it again, right? So you're able to gather so much space and so much info and pressure your opponents with just default setups. So, and expose weaknesses, right? If your opponent is pushing too much. And that's very tough to play against unless you just don't move. If you just don't move into their crosses, it should be pretty easy. But let's see how Fnatic was going to play, because Fnatic plays a very standard composition. You know, it's like double initiator, Deca on Jet, because it's Ascent. On attack, you need the fucking Jet to dash in on the side. We explained that like multiple times already over the course of the days. And Alpha on Killjoy, because she controls much more than Chamber. And of course, she has a very good ultimate right here, which is not that easy to destroy unless KO holds his grenade. Of course, there's still utility denial in form of 0 point and the ultimate from KO, but that is less impactful than your typical breach, right? So it's kind of fine. And I like the fact that there's a lot of possible combos with the C's, Nano Swarms, C's, Defragment. And Boaster's Paranoia has of course standard synergy with the dash onto side, and Mystic can support the flashes from anywhere, so he doesn't have to play for himself. All right, first Fnatic on defense. Wait, is it Fnatic on defense? Yes, Fnatic on defense, and they have a push down mid in the first pistol round, so no one is playing B. And I wonder if DRX will read into that, because 2 players are going to hold default on mid, and that's Mako and that's Buzz. Buzz is going to go hold short, so he's going to see only 1 player, but Mako is going to have all the pressure on him, because if he peeks wide into mid and gets greeted by 3 players, he's dead. All right, there's a firing squad, so let's see how that goes. Specifically also because Alpha actually goes for the Sheriff. I don't mind it actually on Killjoy, because the Killjoy utility on pistol rounds, I don't think is that impactful. Her turret is the best, but otherwise it's really not that great. So I really don't mind this. I don't really understand why though we don't have a turret set up on B here, because you're still gonna be in range. So even if you push down mid, you're gonna have info if someone is B main, unless there's another plan. But let's see. And it's a default for DRX, so not a surprise.
Over towards that heavy press.
Ah, the turret is here. Okay. So the turret, okay, so what they try to do, I'm assuming, is on the contact of the turret, they triple swing. So this starts shooting, all of them are like, boop, let's triple peek. And the guy from top mid is fucking dead. You know, because the turret enables an angle that makes you certain that the player from top mid is actually wide swinging in the middle of top mid.
Presence here. And it's Mako to respond with Buzz on
but
the
no
other side of the
contact
tiles.
from the turret, so they go in. And DRX is just playing default.
None of the darts or haunts used in towards mid either.
And look at the pings across the minimap.
Ah, now the turret is counted. Oh my god, look at the crunch down.
Look at Monster's flash top mid. They could swing with it. Oh no. DRX is just clapping back.
Well,
and it didn't even
that
go
is
well at all.
literally what DRX wanted Fnatic to do. They wanted to peek. They wanted to punish peaks, and Fnatic peeked into their defaults. And this default was even like, you know, like they gathered the space on B, they gathered the space on A, and then gathered together on mid to have like a little bit of space. Ooh, was he heard? I think RB was heard.
RB on the flank too. That's going to cause problems. Surely not.
Yeah.
Is that okay? Maybe you are. Perhaps you are.
No way, they lose this, right?
It was once a 5v2 has turned into a 3v2.
Have to get through the star on the spike as well, so time not on
Yeah, RB's positioning, there was no need. There was no need to, like, let me explain it, why I think this lurk was actually pretty terrible. RB should not show himself. It's 4v2, right? He should not show himself till this smoke is up. Like this smoke, when this smoke is up, that means that the players from the opposing team most likely are not pushing it. And when those players have contact, this is where RB should come in and try to backstab. Like, it's only 2 players. If one guy goes in on site, then he's dead. But if 2 players are going on site, that means that you gather the space to have a backstab. And that and because he is currently pushing as the first contact, right? He's fucked. No one went into site. So that's a huge mistake.
Perhaps you are. What was once a 5v2 has turned into a 3v2.
Have to get through the star on the spike as well, so time not on their side.
No, the layers.
Mako's playing so safe.
The layers are deep here, man. Yeah, look at Mako. Enzo's left.
Enzo 42 HP, so 2 bullets.
A little bit of utility to get some info, or at least attempt to. Enzo on the tap. Walks right into Sax's crosshair. First pistol of the series.
Thoughts on FPX versus Exit turret case? I mean, I think that was a very weird remake. Honestly, like,
Not good.
judging from the way the players were standing on the side, one player was still holding double doors. So I don't think I don't know. Players should have experience that the turret just sometimes acts like this, and you can see it like literally click, flip, and shit. I don't think it warranted a replay, but it is what it is. All right. Still a default approach by DRX, even against an eco. Not a fan of that. Not a fan of that because they play against fucking Delca and Alpha. Those 2 players can just literally crack the defaults with a sheriff. How many small shields we have on the DRX? Not that many. Okay, which is very nice. And they went for, I like this setup. 2 Spectres, Vandal, Bulldog, and 1 player is on Ghost, which is nice because I feel like, but one thing I don't like is that the Vandal player is on 25. This guy should be at 50. So either Zest. And also, it's Zest. That's another thing I don't like. I think the only player that should be actually playing the Vandal right here should be KO or Fade. Because if you're playing with the Sova, you're most likely droning at some point. That means that the Vandal is not active at that time. And also, having the Vandal on a guy with 25 HP is very risky because you can get one-tapped by a Sheriff for over 30 meters, right? And the players with actual Spectres, I feel like they benefit from high mobility, so their lower HP is mitigated. So I don't really like this. I don't know why teams are doing this. I don't really understand, but I would definitely change this. But yeah, on the side of Fnatic though, as always, I'm pretty pissed about not buying this, not buying this, not buying this, not buying this. I'm pretty pissed about this. Like, you have a lot of cash, you're gonna buy it next round anyway. Buy it now and just don't use it unless you need it. Nothing new. I'm pissed as well.
We've had a lot of fireworks this map specifically.
And the truth is the fireworks, the heroics for Fnatic are going to have to continue in this round. You see, because DRX wins a pistol, they have the gun advantage. Just pistols on the side of Fnatic here.
I'm so fat.
Brendan, you're not fat. It's the shirt.
Yes, for sure it's this shirt, man.
Look at Nate. His true classic is tight around the chest and shoulders and arms, and then it tapers off towards the bottom.
Nate also has 6-pack abs.
This is a good.
The point is, the shirt doesn't highlight your best attributes.
What are my best attributes?
You're a really good dad.
Yeah, I am.
That's a funny ad though. But real time, if you're not a tall guy, by the way, if you're not a tall guy, let me show you something. So when you're wearing a shirt as a man, right? If you're wearing a shirt and you're not really tall, like let's say you're tall when you're 180, right? You're over 180 centimeters, that means that you're tall. But if you're not tall, like me, like myself, you shouldn't be wearing crew necks. If you want to be actually a little bit visually more appealing, you should be wearing the V-necks. Because that makes you visually taller. Because you don't feel tight with the clothes that you wear. So this is actually something that people that are below like 180 should think about. And V-necks actually expose a bit more of your body and makes you visually taller, which I think is important to understand how clothing works on body perception. Sorry, V-necks look bad. What do we mean? I like V-necks. They don't have to be deep cuts, you know. And also, if you're tall, I don't mind wearing like coats. But if you're fucking below 180, clothes like coats, like long coats, you know, will make you look short. Anyway, let's go back to VoD review.
Rotate through spawn back towards B from DRX, a little bit late. That seems to be okay, as Durka's timing is great to clear out mid.
They're stacking back sight here. There's not... Durka's going to spot the cross too. That turret just got broken. And they now have to deal with
That's
that.
a bulldog. Wow, three players. No one is being spotted, by the way.
Hello there.
Did they close the market?
Oh, the Seas gets them all.
Oh, they're all decayed. Buzz, patient. Oh my gosh, how long until
That Seas was max value, brother.
On the round, he's got to get the spike down too.
Oh, I like the plant on RB. They didn't have to change anything. There are 6 out of 7 RB. This is actually fantastic. Like, if RB gets a... So, it's not worth RB dying right now, or, like, because he's on 20 HP. He would get the ultimate, right? But that will cost the Spectre. If he would have had more HP, I wouldn't mind him, like, going for a kill. But right now, it's more probable that he's gonna die. And that's not worth losing the gun. So he's gonna have to pick up the orb next round.
Are going to take this up to a
But yeah.
lead. They are going to preserve a couple of weapons too. Note Zest didn't take any damage, so he still has light armor that he can work with. They still have the bulldog in the hands of Mako that they can carry through.
You gotta be buffed for it to work for V-necks? No, you don't have to be buffed to work to work with V-necks. Like, really, guys. Like, you guys are thinking about, like, look, V-necks. You guys are thinking about like deep V-necks. Like, this is not it. This is not it. I'm talking about normal V-necks. Like this guy is not buffed, and this is a normal V-neck, and this looks nice. You know? This guy as well. He's a little bit more buffed than the previous guy, but this is not a... This visually makes you more appealing because it's more aggressive cut, you know? And crew necks is just like, just bland. Like, that's what I don't like typical t-shirts, because they look bland. Like this is what you guys are thinking. Yeah, for this, yes, you have to get good, you need good physique to work like with this, but not with those kind of cuts. Not with this. Not with this. You know? Yeah, don't remove this from the VoD review. This is fun stuff.
So massive.
I mean, that would be such a shift in momentum. Every single player here got seized by stacks, and they double peek save for it.
All right, first buy on Fnatic. Of course, now they have all the utility in the world. Wait, Boaster doesn't have paranoia. I don't fucking understand this. This is the round where he goes for full shields instead of paranoia and small shields. I don't get it. But it's his personal choice. So, weird stuff. And DRX a full buy for the next round. Look at the cash. They're swimming in fucking cash. That's really nice. And they're going most likely for the orb and push down. We'll see how that goes.
He's going to be checking around mid.
RB goes for the orb, most likely. The Jet went in with him through the one-way.
With a trap set up for Buzz. So if you can get the push from Fnatic to make DRX make the decision to fall off, go back towards B, that could be...
Derek has small shield, even though he has 600 credits. So with Derek, I kind of understand because he might be actually gathering cash for an operator.
Derek definitely hears those footsteps on the peak.
He's so freaking loud.
He's peeking it now too.
What about polos? Just don't pop your collar and polos are fine.
Around this timing too, while they were crossing.
Look, guys, more important than what you wear is like like the design and the colors and shit is if the fit is actually good for you. You're wearing too big shirts, you look like a moron. You wear too little shirts, you look like a even bigger moron. You need clothes that fit your body. Otherwise, you look like a child.
Really nice setup to establish mid control here and put Durka into position to get behind enemy lines.
But DRX is playing so slow. They're waiting for this. He's coming back tiles. Everybody's giving up on him.
It's interesting that they gamble. Like Fnatic just gambled B.
But he's been able to take the fights one at a time, and Zed's just waiting on the other side.
Oh my god.
Does Durka get away
Yeah,
with two?
this is just stupid.
Unreal.
This is just stupid.
He should have been punished instantly there. But Zed goes for the drone. It's so
They gambled for the B side because of Derek gathered so much space, but this is just plain stupid. He should have not gotten, like, okay, getting one from Derek there was fine. Getting two is just absolutely stupid, man. And getting one would have not been worth it. Because 1-for-1 on attack is like, that's good fucking exchange. Going 2-for-1, that's like great exchange for the defenders. But, yeah.
With the task of hitting the spike down succeeds.
Planted.
And nobody wants to play in dark right now.
And I don't like the fact that RB didn't use his ultimate this round. It's like, he's gonna. Actually, no, never mind. They have a full buy next round, even if they lose one. It's okay. Like the aggressive push. I like the aggressive push. I really like this. This is really well done. Now they equalized.
They have the option to go window too.
Oh no, no.
Busts the thing wide open.
So I like the aggressive push, but I didn't like what happened after that. Because when they get this peak, right? Like this should have always be played together. You either leave the fade on side alone and just like he has to make miracles, and then those two players are going together through window to just make like probably a pincer movement, right? Because those people have to like think about the fade player first, right? Or you both go here. But they disconnected and went separately in two different directions, which I think is a horrible approach. Look, the Jet right now has no impact. The Jet right now has absolutely no impact. RB was gonna try to do something, but the Buzz literally griffed the team. And this might not be perceived like that, but his timing and spacing is just awkward as fuck. And he's literally throwing the game right now. Throwing the round, I mean.
Tutlo przygotuje cię do mówienia
What the fuck is the amount of... What is the fuck with the amount of ads, man? And this is not even funny, so unlucky. Alright, this is a dagger for market. No one controlling A right now, but it's more of a defaulty approach anyway. Actually, Mako is gonna control A. Yeah, dagger for market. Weird dagger though, because it's actually like this is actually destructible. You can throw one that is not destructible and is very close. Why is it aimed like this? Weird. It doesn't check logs. Maybe that's the reason why it's pointed at here, but I still don't get it. It's very weird. Like it can be destroyed.
Deep knife, not gonna spot anyone. Out from RB. And Buzz takes that as the cue to gladly work his way forward.
Aggressive smoke from Boaster on mid. So now they shocked out that shit. Oh, that didn't destroy the bot.
Oh, that hurts.
Oh.
The alarm bot. You saw how impactful that was on Icebox when they did break it.
That's unfortunate.
Both shock darts from Zest.
Oh, surprise.
Something to note. Looking at the setup from Fnatic right now.
Oh, screen. What the fuck? Non-destructible knives are banned by Riot. Thus, it cannot be on the roof. This can't be real. That can't be real.
4 players.
Wait, why is my Elgato not working? Solkas tweeted about an admin telling them not to do that before the 5 minutes of the game. Yeah, but no one agreed with that. That's just plain stupid. Please, unless you have a fucking receipt, don't say stuff like that. There's no way that they banned using like if that's the case, you should not make a fucking utility like this.
Players grouped up towards A, and Dirk is up top. Behind the turret. Oh, it's cheap.
Like, that's just plain stupid.
But also, there's 3 initiators on the side of DRX, so it's a very
Hello,
dangerous
Matazak.
setup to go for. Knowing those darts are going to come in.
You just saw Alfir sidestep the knife.
And also, you're leaving Enzo here entirely alone.
And he was starting to rotate away, but I think off of that view of the ult being used by RB, he decides to stay. But not too far, not too aggressive, preserves his life.
Look at the triple coming back against Mako here. He's alone in a pinch.
But he's waiting.
Like, that's really stupid. Like, that's really fucking stupid. It can't be the ruling.
For it. He's ready. How much
I
value
need to ask Poster.
is it going to be too much? He's already got one, able to isolate.
Actually, I need to send him a DM right now because that is pissing me off. There's no way this is real.
Waiting for Dirk
Still
here.
waiting, and there's Dirk on the swing.
Oh, they used their flash though. That's some of the initiation power on the retake gone.
Weapon upgraded.
I don't like the replay. I don't think that was worth replaying the round. There were many bigger bugs. Like, the fact that FPX used the one-way wall and that wasn't replayed, but then banned, and the turret is just being replayed, even though it's like none of the player fault. Like, that's just bullshit.
Supposed to do it.
It's got to be big after closer, and it is. The knife fall through too, but I don't think it tagged everyone. One may have been avoided. It's still playing tight, looks away just at the wrong time. Numbers not in their favor either. RB's left alone, and he's gotten it down, but not down enough.
Yeah, nothing interesting this round, to be honest.
On the side of DRX.
Low buy from DRX. Far away from ultimates that would make any sense apart from Zest, but you can't use that unless you get an advantage. Alfire has Retake for A ultimate.
It seems like a change in the leads is inevitable. Durka with the Blade Storm, remember his fiendish performance last time we saw him on Jet on this map.
And I also love the trend that Dirk is showing us since coming back onto the status. Instead of buying a shorty with your knives, something like that, he just buys a frenzy.
Would have been controversial to exit one? Yeah. I mean, yes. There will be a lot of shitstorms.
Yeah, no, certainly.
And you see this setup once again, Mystic very close by to Durka. Remember, it was in the previous round that we saw him sneak all the way down Cat, that Mystic was close by.
Nie znam dzieci, które nie lubią elektroniki czy gier komputerowych. Przynajmniej moje dziewczynki uwielbiają.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
It's like they're attached at the hip.
I swear, every 5 minutes.
On Icebox, it was those two.
Right?
Chamber and the Sage. Durka for the third time he's exploring.
Right,
Marco's
it's
in his
greedy.
Star form. And he goes top mid?
He goes deeper.
What?
Because of course.
He's flanking so fast here, Doug.
And
Oh my goodness.
And there's nothing to cover it. There's nothing to cover it at all. One head gone. The
Also, that smoke is not the best. But when it comes to Astra plays, I feel like they are a little bit fucked. Because those smokes sometimes are just placed incorrectly. Because they swap their minds. It's like, oh, I wanted to stun here. I wanted to gravity well here. But now it makes no point. So I'll just smoke it off. And then the smoke is a little bit awkward. You know? Like, so I'm not going to be talking too much unless it's very obvious that it's fucked up. Like this, I don't know if it's fucked up because this could have been a pull or a stun.
second just on the other side of the box. As he tries to get elevation, he tries to get high ground. The pesky kill not coming through yet. But the frenzy works there. You called it. Dashing forward, Durka looking for a third. Alphair takes it, but it still looked good. As Mako and RB are left alone.
And Mako's nowhere near.
Did he miss?
Still, they're not.
He missed it.
Here on the defuse.
He missed it. He missed it.
When RB are left alone.
No.
It bounced from. It bounced from the sideway, I think.
Here. Still, they're not fully half here on the defuse.
They would have still lost, but that's why I don't like. They would have still lost, but that's why I don't like throwing it at exactly the point exactly at the point of the spike. I feel like it's always easier to throw it at the wall. You know, it's like this. Like this is easier to do because even if you miss, it's still on the fucking site. You know, it still like covers most likely that area. But if you throw it like this, there's a fucking high chance that you're gonna miss it because you're gonna bop like this. You know, you're gonna bop it from here. You know, it's like there's a high chance you're gonna fucking miss, you know? But if you do it like this, you're actually just always hitting something.
Durka.
There's utility being.
All right. Full buy, Durka on the operator. And now I actually mind not buying the full health because he has the operator. He should have full health right now. They have a lot of cash on other players. I don't get this. I think this is a mistake.
Thrown from DRX on the A site there that triggers that for him, but it's something that so many other Jets would not make that call.
Default approach from DRX again. And I feel like, really, if Fnatic would just never fucking push into any of the default positioning, I feel like they're gonna have an advantage every round.
And they've got to find a solution to that cap push because it's happening way too often. Durka has the op, so it might not come as frequently. But this is a difference already for DRX. Yes, we've seen them go for a B split in through mid. But early take of mid, they have been using the initiator utility.
They actually, I don't like it, but I would have to check the timers. But I feel like this is, they were defaulting like every round for like at least 40 seconds. And in this one round where they could actually benefit from holding a main, they actually call on an early like rotation. Do they have the RB? No, they don't have the KO ultimate. Fnatic still didn't get that much info. Alpha still has the ultimate. RB has his flash, defragment for that.
So that's really not an option.
Like, Fnatic right now doesn't have that much info, but now this is an apparent B push, so yeah. Oh, the paranoia hit Jet. But why? What is this? Why is this so disconnected? Why is Buzz alone when no one else is like, this is so fucking bad. Look, this is lack of communications. This is lack of communications. Why is Buzz going in when the other players are not moving yet? This looks like ranked execution right now. See this? Like this is there's no trade. They're just going like this is so bad.
Challenged. There are so many members just on the other side of the wall, but Alphair on the swing, only able to spot one. There it is, the second, the third!
This is literally on DRX. Like Buzz going in alone to side. This is bad communications either from Buzz or for the rest of the team, because they didn't tell him that they are not pushing in on lane right now. There should be a protocol for the Jet players there that are dashing in here, you know? Like, don't go on site yet till we're actually reaching this point on lane. Like, if you push at the same time, here and here, this is proper. But if you push first here and the players are still standing here, then you're fucked. There's absolutely zero sense in doing that. I mean, I know they were mollied off, but this doesn't change anything. You either push together or you don't push. And they didn't push together, so this is a communication mistake either by the Jet player or by the rest of the teammates.
A whole team effort for ball comes at the perfect time, right as Boaster puts down.
His timing on the swings is so good, man. While the rest of DRX.
Fnatic with the lead now after DRX. Remember, they broke that pistol round streak of losses.
Stacks will have ultimate for next round, which should be an initiation, but I'm gonna be pissed if another team uses the fucking Fade ultimate for fakes.
In the bonus, but they just haven't found any value since then.
Nothing here early and aggressive. Boaster once again finding value with that paranoia. On to Buzz.
Please don't repeat the fucking round from before.
Boaster's alone.
And he's gone up top. Oh, but Boaster's able to pluck him out of the sky. And he's going to reposition.
It was a little bit better than before, but...
Got the blade.
Boaster's alone.
And he's gone up top.
No, it wasn't better. It wasn't better. Again, the same mistake. Players are not ready in to go into side. This is again... Like... That just makes no sense.
And he's going to reposition. Gonna stay alive.
And look at where he's gone to. He's gone towards B main, so he's on the flank now.
What a play out from Boaster. I think his Stacks was able to upgrade a weapons. Estos too. Can they convert it into more? No, I don't know that they can.
And they use the Stacks ultimate, unfortunately. They got the first blood, so that's probably why. But I don't know, man.
Do you come here often?
Girl.
Monster smooth. Get it back.
Oh god, yeah. Shave your balls. Definitely will help out of your mouth.
Crossfires and getting out ahead of his teammates. Spends the time to get his ult.
No info on resub. Shviru, do a Control F5 on the chat and shit. You need to share it in chat.
Getting in that seen in the last 2 rounds, but once that they were
Heavy huff.
Yeah, there's a subliminal message on the ads on YouTube for me, you know? I just couldn't, like I didn't sub. Close the browser, go in again. Like I thank you for the resub, bro, but nothing shows up. Like unfortunately, I cannot do anything. It will be on your side always, you know.
Of opium that I can give the people on the side of DRX is that this map has been very
Default setup again.
So it just feels like no lead is
Derek pushing in. He's feeling too confident right now. Oh, they might bait it into him because that was the Fade destroying the Prowler, so they don't know about the operator still. Hello, Raps.
And this is really the response to the pressure on Cat, right? Push into it yourself, spam into the smokes, make sure.
Remember, Ascent is the most defense-based like map on the planet.
It's not close by.
I hate it. I hate Ascent. It's such a
swap positions. Remember last time he was over towards A.
Such a bad map to play professionally.
Back towards B. Astral being pulled out right now.
He didn't get hit. Oh, what a nice setup by the defense. What a nice setup from the defense.
Tried to split into B. The spike is going to work its way out though, but it's so far ahead. It's by himself. Stacks has no one with him. A massive kill out from Mako to try to bring it back, but once again, Stacks is the loneliest player on the server. swings out, tries to get a kill, and
Oh,
does.
they're
He gets
overheating.
a second. He's gotten it down to a 1v1. There's no freaking way.
They just overheated so hard. Dirk is just going for the spam.
I wanted to say that Fnatic had really nice protocols on the defense right here because they had a double setup on mid. Deca was playing safe after getting the kill, and he nicely isolated the angles, and then they do this. And they just go one by one. Like,
It's time for Stacks to plant.
like-
Alpha here.
it makes no fucking sense.
Alpha has the ult. Stacks on the swing. The timing.
Oh my
gorgeous.
god, you almost
What a clutch
almost
from
missed, but
Stacks.
well played
3
by
on the
Stacks.
round.
You know, it's like you can say, wow, Stacks diffed him, but that requires Fnatic to int.
And it started off so good with the mid hold there, but Stacks with the Red Bull clutch. What was this? 1v.
Like here, Enzo, I don't mind him dying here because he was the side player. Like he's being pushed. Like that's fine that you're taking the fight here. You could have played maybe backside B, but that's fine. But
I mean,
like
look,
Derke pushing in here,
Dirk wants to push
like
him after the spam because Enzo's
I don't think that's correct.
because
Like you should have been on still on stairs and have the same angle as Enzo, not the other way
first
around.
half going quite well for them. I just have to continue to remind the people what's happened on Ascent this tournament is consistently this attack side.
This is the round I was talking about.
People struggle
I mean,
so far, 3 to 4.
Deca, right? He was playing stairs. If he wanted really to be helpful for the team, he should reposition towards B side and not push towards market. Like the only goal right here is to defend the B side, and he had still a player here. Making a crossfire from the back makes no sense because it requires him to change the gun. That's why he swapped to the sheriff. But if he plays here, he's able to help Enzo while being pushed. And they can also, if they are not being pushed, they can both reposition towards B back. So
5 DRX.
unlucky, I
not
guess.
sweating just yet.
One team's throw is another player's clutch. Yes, that's typically how it works. That's typically how it works, but people typically also don't remember that shit. You know? Yo, Seafeld, thank you so much for the prime 2 months. Welcome back, brother. New subscriber badge.
Buzz creeping into the smoke. Waiting to see what's on the other side. But
Wow, the fact that he didn't get killed here is super lucky, man.
by the drone, and it's gonna find even more.
Did he see KO? I think he saw KO.
Also note, Zest did not spend his ult just yet on that drone tag. Because Dirka easily gets out of there. He's re-clearing.
Bro, you can tell he's just antsy.
Oh, he's
Wants to
yeah. What
on
the
the other
fuck?
side, and he dashes forward.
What the fuck is going on, man? Like, you can't explain that shit. Like, what I thought is, oh, okay, he is running out with the dash, so he wants to dash back to market, just was taking a little bit of a gunfight here, maybe a little bit of a gunfight there, and that's it. But what he did here, look where his dash is.
To go.
What the fuck is this? This is typical Deca moment.
But he's just on the other side, and he dashes forward.
If you got that kill, I would have lost it.
The freaking whole venue.
Oh, okay. Don't now overpush. Don't overpush. Nice. That is good. That is good discipline for DRX here on mid.
You saw that. It's a double-edged sword there.
That's a good ult from Mystic, but I don't think they realize how far out they are.
Enzo's here trying to anchor the side.
Flash out.
3 players. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, Boaster.
Flick from Booster! But Mako, again, trying to bring things back. A 2v2. Alpha are close by.
Both teams played well here. Both teams played well here, and Boaster just pulled off an incredible fucking flick.
There's no way in.
He's got
Are they losing it?
They're gonna have to overwhelm Alpha here. Can he hold the line by
Wait.
himself?
They
Is
don't
there
know where
even
he
enough
is.
time?
They don't know
No,
where he
there's
is.
not enough time.
No!
He's gotten it to 1. The clock is expired.
Wow, what a play.
What a hold out from Alpha here. The Red Bull clutch for Fnatic.
What a play. That is so well played by both teams.
Back-to-back clutches.
Like, Deca almost ruined Fnatic here, but this was well then played by both teams. It was just an honest round of Valorant, and I feel like both teams played well. Boaster saved the round with this flick.
He almost used it. Waits
Like
for
this,
Mystic to join him.
this is in fucking incredible luck, but also good prediction. Boaster plays his odds. He knows there's a player here, so he just gets the flick with the last bullet and gets the kill. It's luck, but he created this position to be in. You know?
Jeez.
And that spray transfer just unreal.
Mirinda. Do, make, go.
Twoja sytuacja w pracy jest niepewna?
A może ją straciłeś i teraz szukasz nowej?
Mam dla ciebie najlepszą
Jesus fucking Christ. Those two are horrible. Anyway. Decker was making so many mistakes like that. Don't get me wrong, a great player and was playing well, but he was getting cocky. That's him every match. Every time we were doing a VoD review,
Round already.
unfortunately, Decker is a little bit overheating in a lot of situations, or peeking first on chamber when he shouldn't be on attack and stuff like that.
Derek is
Cukru means sugar. Saniako. Like cukier. That's the Polish word. But cukru, that means like it's the word is conjugated for a specific I don't know the grammatical terms in English. But yeah, it's like you have conjugation of words in Polish because the suffix changes when you speak to someone or about something and so on. Declination, thank you. Amadeus, yo, thank you so much for the prime. Welcome to the family. If you could introduce yourself to us, that would be absolutely amazing, brother or sister.
exploring. He doesn't have that op this time. Going right back towards old antics. That's a recall. Oh my goodness.
It's only a game. Why you have to be
There's only a
mad?
Marshall though.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I'm getting mad about a video game made for children, brother.
Mako has a vandal. You mentioned the Marshall in the hands of Buzz. And once again, it seems like they're going to try to work mid. The alarm bot again cleared out. Now without getting triggered, so off of that you can tell there's no utility that did it.
DRX has been ignoring it.
Interesting approach from Fnatic here. They just play very deep. They don't overheat, but they lost the mid control. This is why Enzo's like very anxious about his backside. This is like feeling like me. This feels like a little bit too much, giving it too much to the opponents this round. But Boaster now, like, this is such a nice combat smoke. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is how you play typically like Omen. Omen allows you to play those smokes aggressively because you're very fast on the execution of the smoke. And a smoke like this creates uncertainty. Is he in the smoke? Is he playing from the smoke? Is he playing behind the smoke? You will never know. So you have to clear all of that. And this just gives him so much space. Like, this just gives him so much space. This is very well done by Boaster. And this is how you should play Omen.
The Prowler. I mean,
Like those smokes. Nice, nice, really nice reposition.
No idea. Now Zest trying his hand at it too. Oh, and Stacks
This is why Omen players should play more for themselves than a typical like controller
now they're
player.
sweating. Because Boaster's not only giving them nightmares, but they're only at 3 so far. That was definitely an opportunity. But Enzo and Boaster, after DRX picks off here, they combine to shut down the eco attack.
Yeah, Damon, don't worry about it. those sounds are meant to be used, you know?
The setup was there, man. I don't know if it was hesitation. He doesn't.
Just Dirk and Boaster.
Wait, what?
There was just enough time for Boaster to reposition.
Ultimate from RB, 5-man push on A? No, 3 players here.
Finally some attention, but look, they
Okay.
went for it.
Decker just went mid.
Just Dirk and Boaster exploring.
Lost everything. Okay. They're pushing 3 players and Marco's controlling the flank. Oh, Marco, big kill on Boaster in spawn.
The third, too easy. Oh, it's too easy. As Alfier's still looking for more.
The fucking KO, man.
He spots one player. And now the reinforcements are here. The help has arrived. Has missed. He spots.
Using the mini shark attack, just Dirk and Boaster exploring. Ult's using
But
the
what
other
is
side though.
how are they
Alfier
losing
again,
this?
Alone.
Reinforcements close by. Alfier's already got one. How much more can he find? The second there. The third, too easy. Oh, it's too easy. As Alfier's still looking for more. The swing out. He spots one player. And now the reinforcements are here.
That was just good hold, but also like DRX just kind of were disconnected. It was a 3-man push. Sova was too far away.
Alfier, no utility.
I don't know, man. When I was watching
Round
DRX
and a half now.
like year ago,
Big tool
over a
out
year
of the
ago, I felt they had way more discipline in going in together with the executes. Right now, I feel like they're playing executes where always one player is disconnected. You know? like twice it was Buzz disconnected for the rest of the team, like during executes or during retakes or post-plant, and not retakes, but post-plant situations. And now it was Zesk who's not ready. It's like, it's always awkward. It's always awkward. And that's not something I expected from DRX. I expected DRX to actually be very good on this fundamental level of like understanding like who has what job. Right now, this doesn't look good.
Bladestorm into the hands of Buzz. That's exactly what they do. Stax has been holding on to this Nightfall for a couple of rounds now.
Oh my goodness. Fnatic are literally ahead of the ideas.
Yep.
Fnatic just play. Look at the way they play. Fnatic just gave up mid again. That is so interesting. But there's no way that DRX has the info about that. So they're stacking B. I am so sorry for yawning. That is so interesting. They know about the one way because Mako is holding it all the time, but they have absolutely zero clue about the mid.
They also have Enzo
Alpha has ultimate now.
And Odin, once that pressure comes onto these two.
So now Omen repositioned for mid.
It's gonna be another split.
It has, I mean, I hope so.
Those shock darts are meant to clear out the bots.
That's why you see Boaster playing close by.
They didn't know that that's not even an alarm bot on mid. So Enzo is just holding for contact on market, and then he just most likely just ults defensively. Otherwise, he's using it for retake.
Remember, the Nightfall's gonna be on the other side.
But they used. Why is Stax? Dude, I hate this. I really fucking hate this. Stax has the fucking ultimate and use both prowlers for nothing right now. Like, why just not save the prowlers for the ultimate? This is where the power of Fade comes in. Like, they have triple initiators. Why is Stax using fucking prowlers for zero fucking control?
Mystics re-explored. They know what's happening. They're ahead of the play.
Once again with the
and now imagine if you had. Now imagine if you had the prowlers.
Enzo patient on it, and there it is. Now it's been used. It's gonna hit a couple members. As you've got Mystic, who's gonna be on the flank. 10 seconds left to get the spike down. Can they do it in time? Seems to be the case.
You are divided.
They're gonna have to navigate around as well.
Don't.
He's flashed. He's going aggressive. Alfier gets dropped. Now the Hunter's Fury, as Durka is still playing up top. Zest right beneath him! And Durka falls!
Durka got hit by it. I think that spooked him, right? Zest is jumping up to hit the player above him.
Up top, Zest right!
And that's why Durka dashes in on sight. That is very funny, actually. He jumps up to have... He jumps up while ulting to hit the players that are above him, straight above him, because the ultimate is literally starting to damage next to him. That's actually very cool.
Oh, he got him! And Durka falls! The kills trade back and forth. The Stacks with the Guardian gets it down to a 1v2 Boaster. Can he do it again? Can he be the heroics for his team? Can he split the net? Can he get behind enemy lines? Can he get it? He's isolated into one, but he has no idea where the other
he had no idea about the other player. I like the pre-fire, although the other option would have been hide behind Jenny again, but that doesn't really do much for him. 8-4 is not terrible, but also DRX didn't play well. Wow. Thank you. In general, I feel like the way that DRX played an attack was disjointed, but Fnatic gave them 2 rounds by overheating and almost a third one when Durka went mid. Like, wasn't the best, but also I feel like Buzz played really badly on executes. Like, this is not me insulting or anything, but he just was so disconnected from the rest of the team. And if he was a little bit less heated, like, you know, he didn't like, I don't know, maybe it wasn't Buzz, maybe it was the rest of the team, but something is not right with the communication DRX, because during those executes, they're not doing it together.
And I wonder what the conversation was during halftime for them.
But Mystic came from main, that was miscommunication. That's a good point, idea. I forgot about Mystic dying in main. Yeah, that was weird then. Then Boaster should be a little bit more aware, or he just forgot, or no one commed it. I don't know. DRX just fucking pushes mid almost the same as fucking Fnatic.
Fnatic for
That
now,
is
but Buzz
so
on the
weird,
train.
man.
His boasters clip runs dry.
This is such a disadvantage for the defenders. And Fnatic is expecting this because of those smokes. Like, the only reason to play those smokes is to gather the space on mid. So they're just waiting for it patiently. And this is well played by Fnatic. I don't know. I don't like this. I really don't like this. This is like the way that Fnatic played, but without the Fnatic, like, utility. And it is very obvious what you're doing right here. Like, this is very fucking obvious. And it's a terrible outcome for the defenders.
They slow it down, but dear,
Exactly.
you don't move. I mean, he's looking at the backside right now, worried about the flank. Utility given out though, so Buzz will be here.
That's the cue.
Alright, so Stax is on site.
Avoid the early damage.
30 seconds left.
Buzz waiting. It's going to be difficult to get through that, but the flash may be the problem. Yep.
Okay, that took him off. They closed the doors. Now he's separated.
And he's gotten it down. Buzz on the
How
train.
the hell did Buzz hit that shot?
On the other side. DRX win the pistol.
Wasn't Durka still with the fucking dash? No, he was dead. Never mind. I mean, they played okay, but how did Buzz hit the fucking kill here? That's what I'm questioning.
And it's back to winning ways for them on the first rounds of these halves.
Replay?
Both pistols
I want to see the kill.
in this game. And it's because Stax and Buzz played
Oh, they
together
didn't have
so
this.
well. Buzz- and again, that's
I think Fnatic played that well. It was just that Buzz, I feel like... Who was that? Who died at doors? Mystic. How does the fuck he die there?
Leaving Stacks.
Why is he running right side though?
And he's got
Yeah, he dies without doing anything.
it down. Buzz.
So if you want to think like what would be the best case, I feel like all going right is correct, but then Mystic changes his mind and goes left. From our perspective. If they would all go right, that would make more sense. Like following Enzo's and Alpha's move. I feel like Mystic slightly trolled here.
There it is. Buzz has to give the angle up, leaving Stack.
Look, they're closing the doors, right? And Enzo is making the correct decision to help Alpha if he's getting picked, right? Look. But then Mystic doesn't do anything because he's exposed still the doors because he went left. And he doesn't help Alpha who's getting traded. So who's getting killed, so he doesn't trade and then gets exposed. So Mystic trolled a little bit, but it's also like a very hard situation to deal with. But I feel like, yeah, that's a slight troll from Mystic. They're losing then the pistol round, so the outcome is very big actually.
but committed to the site.
No early pressure this time from DRX. As they don't explore mid-map. They don't make a play around Cat. They're much more patient this time around. Unaware as to what's on.
2 Vandals on the defense. Wow, what a fucking buy on the defense. That is actually really, really big. Like, if they are able to save the guns here, like, that is huge. Those are 3 rifles, man. Including 2 small shields. Wow. But Fnatic didn't buy a single sheriff, so they will actually benefit from the small shields. That is interesting. Like, this would be very... Those buys here would have been very risky against teams like Liquid, for example, because you have a fucking Phoenix Scream buying shields and sheriff every fucking round. So, yeah.
Both orbs collected.
No, I didn't watch this map live.
Key members of Fnatic here. The Killjoy and the Fade. And one thing
They play default for right now, but where the
so tough
Vandal
in this
players?
event.
1B, 1 mid.
Durka playing the Jet
Okay.
is definitely alleviating a little bit. Same thing for Buzz, which we saw.
The problem is, like, with this kind of buys, is that if you're getting overrun, you're always giving away 1 gun.
First half.
So that's the problem. Like, I don't like when the vendor player plays on site.
Where it's almost
Like, he should
the other
be...
team committing to no-
So to understand this is to understand positioning. Like, for me, if you have 2 Vandal players, those Vandal players should be playing here. Those are the spots that you want the Vandal players to play. Maybe as well, like, here, here. Market, not really. Like, where you don't want the players with the Vandals to play against an eco is here. Because those spots are typically being overrun by the eco players. So even if you get one kill as a Vandal player, and then you're getting traded by jumping fucking headshots and shit with classics, then you lose a Vandal, and suddenly the eco players are now like, okay, well, thank you, brother. And you're getting fucked. So you want to play positions that are not recoverable by the opponents, and your teammates can get the gun while rotating.
No duelist on this map.
And right now, the two Vandal players are actually playing in positions that are terrible for them. And they lost mid control because the Vandal player just over-rotated. Okay. 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 Yeah, this is awkward now. Vandal player being overrun. He's being overrun. Now Bosa has the fucking Vandal. Oh my god, dude. But they lost a lot. Wait, second Vandal? Hello? They picked it up. But holy shit.
Fnatic just dry walk up mid in that case, and Buzz comes at the
Yo, Sheaf, thank you much for the tier 1 for 9 months. We have a baby now.
spot them there.
Fun fact, I said this fun fact yesterday as well. You subbed for the first time the same month I had sex with my wife and impregnated her. Look at that. Too much information? Sorry for that.
Chance to actually walk into Boaster's smoke, which is set up to pop out.
That should work.
But now we're in the bonus for DRX.
About there.
And again, we asked the question, can they convert a 4-0?
That's something I will tell my mom. Fantastic.
And there's nothing aggressive early on, but you see the setup from Buzz and Zest right there on your screen.
Oh,
Obiecywano nam, że w Ameryce każdy jest traktowany sprawiedliwie.
this is how Polish people watch movies for the past 30 years. With a fucking lector over the original voice, which is still better than dubbing, by the way.
You see, Billy, there's a very fine
Istnieje bardzo delikatna równowaga pomiędzy dobrem a złem.
It's so terrible. Both dubbing and fucking lector are just horrible for watching movies, man. Like, if something is dubbed, then you lose the actors, like, at least half of role, right? But if you have a lector, that it just sounds so bad, but at least you hear the actor's real voice at some point. It's like, both are bad. Just watch with subtitles, man. It's one voice for every movie. It was almost one voice for every movie in the 80s and the 90s. Because there were not many movies available in Poland back then. But different stations had also different lectors. What's the buy right now? RB with the... So this is the outcome of the previous buy. Because of the 3 rifles, 2 specters, RB now plays with a sheriff, but they have 3 vandals. So this is an awkward buy. Because RB has a full buy for next round, but Zest doesn't. But they have 3 rifles. So in theory, they're actually able to win this round. Because they have a lot of firepower. This is not your typical bonus round. This is actually a full buy round. Apart from fucking RB. So this is not an easy round for Fnatic. Typically, people are like thinking, oh, it's a bonus round, man. This is most likely won by the opponents.
Early round, I mean, you can feel the tension building, Bala. Neither team wanting to be the first to make the mistake.
Wait.
Neither team wanting to be the first to make the mistake.
Buzz has the fucking dash. But he just got deleted, right? Yeah, he just... there's no way he would even benefit from the dash. So he just gets deleted. Was he spotted before? That's a fucking nice shot by Derke.
The first mistake is made, and it's by Buzz.
Yeah, I still watch with subs on, even though I understand English. But watching with subs is nice to get a visual aid for learning new words, you know? I was just lurking, that just made me react in chat. The pregnancy thing? Okay. Would you ever coach? Only if I would lose every other job. coaching is a hard fucking bread, you know? It's like you work more than all the players combined and you get paid less and no one fucking likes you and you take all the blame and none of the glory. It's fantastic. Working as a coach is phenomenal, man. And it's still better than being an analyst for a team. So imagine that. Coaches are the unsung heroes and the first scapegoats.
It's interesting what they choose to do here because Fnatic have some room to work with. The knife just hit A and it didn't hit anyone. The spike is still that way.
There's so much misdirection going on.
Yes.
Right? Breaking the wall, the smoke has gone down and spawn. The flash shot for Dirk to actually commit here.
But the spike is headed over while Boaster still at A. Oh, now it's Enzo bringing it back. Massive kill out from Alpha here.
And that actually gives the...
Not really surprised that Stacks wanted to push a little bit because they lost one player in defense, but now it's like fucked.
Once again tries to the spike should have the sheriff to upgrade a weapon.
With the first elf in this and
Here.
Another full buy round from DRX, but unfortunately again with one player on sheriff. But now everyone will be on the same page after this round. Do they have ultimates? No. Do they? Alpha has ultimate. Let's see what they do. What's the plan? Because 100% Fnatic should use the ultimate right here. It's important to be efficient with the ultimates, you know? Specifically ones that are 7 orbs.
Two members.
Here.
You're gonna get that question because it would make an awesome coach.
You see an early challenge from Stacks.
I mean, I don't like humble bragging, but I think like I definitely would be able to help a lot of teams with like fundamental stuff, and probably would clean up their comms a lot.
Trying to garner any bit of
Oh,
that definitely thinks he cleared right there for Enzo.
no, I don't think he thinks that he clears unless it does a lot of chaos. No, never mind. And then Derka just runs in. I mean, he runs in because he thinks it's cleared, but...
Oh, what a blunder.
Yeah, that's a mistake, but that Prowler, I mean, that's a lot of space to clear. And Enzo tried.
Ah, Stucks my ball. I hate this. I am so anxious when I see people just like shoulder peeking like this. In this game, you get deleted so fast.
Still some room to work with. Don't forget, they've got this ult from Alfier. And something you could do. I mean, Fnatic has been clearly wanting to manipulate the map and manipulate the rotations to catch picks. With the players in mid here, Alfier could use the lockdown and potentially do something in spawn.
Remember, the LOS on the Prowlers is very small. Like, to understand you guys, because for you guys to understand, because many people will be like, man, the game is shit. But the thing is,
Yeah, but will they challenge him?
this Prowler has a very small LOS. The LOS on the Prowler is something like this. Wait. Something like this. So it needs to like rotate fully almost 90 degrees to spot those people. This is why you see on Fracture, sorry, on Pearl, like when you take B long, the Prowler goes like this. Not like this, because that doesn't change much. You know, you still don't clear fucking corners. That's why it goes like that, and then that. You know? Like you need to fully fucking angle it. And this is just lazy. This is just lazy. Going like a fish.
To manipulate the map and manipulate the rotations to catch picks.
Use Valorant? Yeah, I do use Valorant a lot.
Alfier could use the lockdown and potentially do something in spawn.
Difference between analyst and a coach. Analyst typically delivers stats for the coach to like work on, because it's a lot of time to work as a coach. Like you need to sacrifice and prioritize. You need to sacrifice things to be efficient at other stuff that you want to present to the team. So analysts are helping the coach in gathering thoughts and stats for the coach to have easier decision making on what is important. And also analysts are that depends on the role. Typically analysts are very flex. Like maybe some analysts will also deliver you like strats or like utility combos, find lineups, like a secondary coach, you know?
Prowler just spotted members in B main and you saw them pull off.
Yeah, because they think it's about to come.
Yeah.
Buzz, activate the fucking dash, please. This is the moment for that.
There it is. Does he have a lineup? Does Zest have anything? He has 2 shotguns. No, he's just holding.
Did he activate it? Wait, let me see.
Test have anything? He has 2 shot guards.
No, he did not. But he goes back now. So he doesn't want to fight that mid.
No, he's just
That is interesting. Because I would assume that he would like to have the ability to go through market and dash away through that smoke.
So they're just going to wait out the lockdown, and then they're going to go and use
They play retake on it, right? Yeah. So no one stood in B, even though you have the space here. And KO had the grenade, but he didn't go B. I think this is a... By the way, I really do think this is a mistake. On every round when your Killjoy opponent has an ultimate, KO should be stationed on B, because he would be able to use the defragment to destroy it. A ultimate from Killjoy is terrible. Like, let me explain it on Valorant actually, because I feel like this is a huge mistake from the defenders here. When you have a Killjoy ultimate, when you ult from here, this is a terrible ultimate. It leaves so much space on the side, is actually like strictly fucking terrible. You can still destroy it with a defragment that goes like you can destroy it like this. But in general, like this ultimate doesn't have a lot of impact, you know? But if Killjoy uses the utility on B, it either covers the entire side and you can spam this with heavy weapons here, or she puts it here so it leaves space on backside B over here, which is nice for the defenders, right? Because they have to still clear it. Or KO just fucking drops the grenade and just destroys it. So in those rounds, I feel like you prioritize KO always on B side and never on A side. Unless they do a specific call to hold the defragment for something else during the retake, I don't think that will happen, but we can pay attention to it. Let's see what happens with the defragment.
Perfectly timed paranoia once again to delay.
Well, that's just unfortunate.
But what a shot out from Zest. Tag of the Dark gives him everything stacked, still playing with smokes.
Ooh.
13 seconds left, and Mystic tried, tucking tail, tried getting away. Not able to reposition.
You can actually defrag through the wall now, but it won't work on that positioning. Defragment through the wall won't work through this, because the Killjoy ultimate should be out of range, if the Killjoy is smart. But throwing it here always destroys everything. So, like... And this cannot be stopped. You would have to body block to a different angle. So you would have to just play basketball here. You know?
They're looking to go aggressive. They're in a 2v5. And Alfie are doing...
On A? No. On A, you're not able to do this through the wall. You're not able to do this through the wall on A. Like, this wall is... too big, if I think. No, maybe? Is that easy to do? Let me check. I think it's not possible, but I might be wrong. I didn't check it, but in my mind, this is not possible because the wall is too thick. Okay, it should be actually able to destroy it, but you have to do it like this. Interesting. Okay. Well, but what if the Killjoy... Fuck. If the Killjoy puts it here, it's still as bad, and you're not able to destroy it. But using a lineup is just easier. You can just have to shoot the switch. So I wouldn't be surprised if shooting through the switch is banned for VCT, because this looks like a fucking exploit. Like on ranked, I don't mind. But if you do this for the fucking switch on a VCT, most likely this is banned. What's your opinion on the Valorant team decision about this today? I do think that it's weird. Like, there were rounds that required a replay in my eyes. Like, for example, when FPX used the one-way on Icebox with the Viper wall on A side, I think that round should have been replayed. And that was a valid concern. The wall got banned after that. It should have been replayed. This turret thing shouldn't have been replayed. But that's my opinion.
For this crowd, so many targets before him, and no, he cannot. Boaster severely outnumbered. And DRX win another.
Why is shooting the switch banned? I'm not saying it's banned. I would assume it's banned. If I would be a professional player in a team, I would definitely ask about it. But I can also tell you that if this would be allowed, teams would be using it. And no one uses it in pro play, so I'm assuming it's banned.
Crucial.
Yo, Golem, thank you much for the prime. Welcome to the family. If you could introduce yourself, that'd be absolutely splendid. I'm assuming you're playing Rainbow Six a lot. Or was.
We could have been looking at a very similar scoreline to Icebox with Fnatic in the lead. Instead, this game is still very
Yo, I'm not sponsored by Secret Labs anymore. Sorry, boys and girls. We have a Miller now.
Again, not really a mistake of his own. Either way.
Fast push by Dirk here. But he has no support. He just goes in alone. Yeah. And Boaster still has the paranoia. This is so awkward, man.
Either way.
I don't know, man. In pushes like this, I feel like... So, this is like min-maxing, right? Like, I can understand why teams are doing this. Like, why Omen is going for the smokes first instead. But I feel like Derke is just so fast. He doesn't really mind smoke on this fucking thing. Because he should be smoking for himself. Like, does he smoke for himself when he's going out? Let me check. Because he should be smoking here for himself. And then updraft dash. So he's not really like that... Like, he can be shot from market, but it's very hard to do.
Either way.
He doesn't do it. So he just goes in. And I feel like what is more important than the smoke on market right now is the paranoia for side. And you can see that Boaster is actually preparing for it, but he was too late because of the smoke. So I feel like this is a mistake in planning, because you should be prioritizing what is important for the player going on site, and I feel like paranoia is way more important. If you guys remember, when I was playing with Zyko, we were doing this strat. I was playing Breach, and I was prioritizing the flash through the wall here for the player dashing over, and that's very similar here with paranoia. So I feel like if you're the Omen right here, you should prioritize using the paranoia through the wall here for the Jet updraft instead of smoking this, because Jet could smoke this for herself. He has 2 smokes. It's not like he needs babysitting. He should be smoking market for himself when he's in this spot. He should be just using 1 smoke here and then updrafting here, and the paranoia should go free. Should go through the wall, and this should be the proper way of doing this execute. You know, instead of going Omen smokes market and then paranoias, because that would require Derke to wait for the paranoia, but Derke is Derke and he just goes in and then he has no support. So I feel like even though you can argue, well, unlucky, I think this is a bad planning.
Either way. Derke goes right back into it. The blades don't land! As Sax is able to hold the line.
I used to, then switch to valorant. You probably switched to a better game. No, just trolling, just trolling. There's no better game. It's just different games.
The spam there and it's good.
Mystic missed his flash, but it's a
Either way.
Yeah, he missed it. Oh my god, you're right. But no. The Mystic flash is for something else. Look, look. The Mystic flash is not for sight.
Either way.
It's not for sight. He missed it anyway, but it's not for sight. Like, the paranoia is for sight. This was meant to be for CT, and it doesn't matter that he misses it. Like, it doesn't change the outcome, but this is a miss flash. But it doesn't change anything in what I talked about, because it wasn't designed to flash the reason. Okay, let me explain you why Mystic is not even flashing the site. The reason why Mystic is not flashing the site, because this flash will most likely, there's a high chance that this flash for the window here for the site will flash Derke. And that's why when I was playing Breach, right? When I was playing Breach, I was flashing here in this spot through the wall, because that was never flashing the Jet, if used correctly, of course. And the same thing would be with paranoia. And paranoia is even easier to use because you can just angle it like this. So it never hits the Jet, you know? So I'm 100% certain that the flash was never intended from Mystic on site. It was always intended for CT. But I think Boaster inted by using the smoke first, or Derke inted by going too fast.
They wanted to catch DRX by surprise.
It's the same with defenders pushing A main. Omen flash for the Jet to dash up on the wall with like Savadon. Same with defenders pushing A main. Omen flash for Jet to dash updraft onto the wall. You mean on the Jenny on A side? Like typically when you have the updraft dash onto A side, the paranoia is being used here. Like KO flashes A main, then paranoia is being used either for Jenny or for Garden. And that's about it. It depends on the way that just teams want to play, you know? And that's a save of Fnatic, not really surprised. But it's... I feel like DRX had the same issues, and this should not be happening on Tier 1 esports. Like, this is just... And I would definitely not expect it from those two teams. Fnatic and DRX, in my eyes, always had the best planned executes, and it seems like there are some basic mistakes being done by both teams. Which is... Might be nerves, might be pressure, might be misclicking shit, you know? But this shouldn't be happening at Tier 1.
From them has been outrageous. Encouragement because
We've seen with the overheating a little bit.
Is he hit by the Fire Annihilator? No, I think Bosa didn't even use the Fire Annihilator on because yeah, now it's pointless. So 3 players save the guns, so now they have almost a full buy, which is nice. But Mystic is 2 away from the ult. Maybe playing for the orbs here would be the play for Fnatic to push aside, but they do not. So they play for the standard mid control, and Alpha is controlling B push. Stacks used already one Prowler, but he has the fucking ultimate. I really don't like it. I really don't like it when people with the ultimate on Fate just use the Prowlers for nothing, you know? Like, they had the control of B anyway. Why is Bosa going for the orb, bro? Why? Okay, I know why. So the plan for it was to take the orb, so you have the Enzo Bosa ultimate combo, because Fade, in theory, probably what they wanted to achieve, like, this is my guesswork, but I would assume why would ever Bosa go for an orb when he's solo playing A, and he's like, there's no one covering his tracks here, like, no one is gonna cover main from this angle when he's taking the orb, so he's literally taking a fucking huge risk, and that risk most likely entails something. So in my mind, he's taking the orb because it's so important for this round. Why would it be important for this round? Because his ultimate is a good combo with Enzo ultimate. So I'm assuming that what they wanted to do is one of this. Either they ult A side with Enzo and then Bosta TPs onto like top side here, or like top, or like box here, maybe top of Jenny, but I would assume just heaven, because no one will hear this shit, you know? And then they smoke off, like, it will be probably like this. Just standard smokes, Enzo ult, Omen goes in on heaven, and yeah, that's basically it, right? Or the other one would be, they do the same shit on B, like, probably like this. No, that's actually shit. Probably like this, to push onside B with the Omen ult in B backside. Like, that would be my assumption. Why was it so important? But it's fucking inting that he doesn't have anyone holding his back here.
Fire.
that is bold.
Again, third round.
KO ult is more useful than Omen ult. Yeah, but KO ult would require two orbs.
Bro here, where Fnatic has
And now they lost, by the way, fucking smokes. Like, it's terrible now for Fnatic.
That one was...
Are you kidding me? I mean, that is what a play, an idea.
Yeah, what a play. Let's go.
There to get a flash into market and dash by yourself, but there was 2 players there playing with way too little information.
And now this ultimate from Enzo needs to be kept for the next 2 rounds, because they're gonna have an eco after this round, unless they again save. If I would be the IGL for Fnatic here, I would call again save. Don't do anything. Fucking save. Fucking save. Maybe Mystic take the orb from B and fall back and just save again.
Control of B main still gives him room to execute.
Aren't you a caster anymore for Valorant? I'm casting EMEA. I didn't get hired by Riot for Champions, so unlucky, I guess. I would love to be an analyst for this event. I feel like there's not enough analysis on the desks, like actual game plan analysis and outcomes and shit. Like it's a lot more flavor than what I like personally, but that's my opinion.
Somehow draw a line between them and
save?
the DRX
Yeah.
are doing,
Okay. Yeah. So see that's the call. You just
they're-
saved it.
they're
Like
not even
there's 10 seconds
tangentially
left.
close to what DRX are being able to pull off. Right? Like they're nowhere near the vicinity.
I'll find you.
It's been these defaults that, oh my goodness, he's gonna try to get a kill here.
No way Mystic is 314. It was a really good, rough game for him. It's not his fault, I think, that he's 314. Like, he's playing a different role. He has a tough task ahead as, for himself as well. But he was making a lot of small mistakes that had actually big outcomes. But it's still more on, like, the actual team. Like, I don't think he has a bad game with 314. He's just being put in difficult positions.
Fnatic,
You know?
happy about that one. 3 guns again, they're gonna invest
Morning, Leandra.
more.
But yeah, but this is like a fucking huge mistake from
This
Fnatic.
time, I mean, Coaster's just exploring by themselves and
Fan-fucking-tastic. Thank you, Isk. Oh my god.
25 lat, wszystko jest możliwe.
Dude, I was 25 12 years ago. I don't think this ad is intended for me.
Ryzykujesz.
just mistimed on so many levels.
It was an attempt at a play.
That though,
Who's gonna win Champions?
first Fnatic
The
had
D-tier team, loud.
opportunity to close out this map and make it to the second top
What
4
the fuck did I just
for this
witness?
team in a year.
I'll be honest with you guys. Like, whenever I watch Fnatic VODs, the biggest mistakes are being done by Derke and Mystic. Like, you don't see typically the mistakes from Mystic because they are mostly on over rotations or like under rotations or like not trading or not be or bad spacing. But there's a lot of problems with Mystic like fundamentals on how to play with the rest of the team. Well, Derke just fucking ends. You know? So yeah. But sometimes you have a round like this when Boaster just fucking, I don't know, flies with his mind somewhere else and just dies, you know?
Can Fnatic cauterize the bleeding? Can they capitalize on the advantage that they had?
But the mistakes from a lot of mistakes are just hard to understand unless you specifically pay attention to small stuff like positioning on the map on something that is not really happening. Like, there's a lot of rounds that I have seen from Fnatic and other teams as well when they literally play 4v5 even though they have 5 players alive, you know, because the player is just absent on the map control. That is such a nice bait, but Alpha just fucking diffs Buzz. I really like what they did because the stacks destroys the turret. They don't know about the operator player, right? But Buzz is a little bit too eager. Like, he should be holding this. I think this is a huge mistake from Buzz. He is being, like, the opponents are being baited. There's a high chance that someone's gonna swing into you and he is not ready to shoot because he's fucking moving. This is the perfect, like, this is a really nice round for Buzz to fucking learn how to not play. Because this is perfect for him. They literally, the entire team plays perfect for him. There's a dagger, there's an arrow in the backside here, right? Which will uncover this player. The only thing that Buzz has to do is be patient. Because the other players are baiting for him. The arrow baits for him. The stacks destroying the turret baits for him. And the only thing that Buzz needs to do, stand fucking still. And he fails to do that, and he loses the battle because of that, and Alpha gets the first blood. Literally everything here was about patience, and Buzz didn't have that.
Said with 3 rounds in a row where Fnatic had died first, this time it's different.
And it's Alpha Year as well. The young Turk of the squad. To step up, and he took a solo fight. We saw that solo fight after solo fight in the previous rounds, and it's him to do it.
And it's been quiet, but I think he...
It's really fucking funny because no one speaks about that. Like, no one would even pay attention to this, that this was a mistake. Setup was great, but Buzz fucking inted.
He's 18 and 11. He's playing well.
everybody on Fnatic. It's been quiet on.
And those are impactful things that actually in the analysis would make sense to talk about. You know?
And they're grouping again. Boaster, the only...
Because this is like a micro play that affects the macro. Or the macro play being affected by the micro. You know? Because there's the set play made like a trap by DRX. And then the actual spear of the... the tip of the fucking spear doesn't act like a tip of the fucking spear, but acts like a fucking baseball bat, you know?
Sole member of Fnatic up the top mid, everybody else in this B main area, and this is a good call.
All he needs to get is info, and he has his ultimate. If he can see any rotations coming through mid, he can realize where the pressure's coming from.
No, it's the other way around. It's the micro affecting the macro.
Dude, getting this online right now, you're not going to have the double dart.
The smoke into market.
Face your fear.
Oh, that ultimate doesn't really cover side. That's so interesting.
There's both darts.
They're gonna roll right by each other, and there's a KO.
No, Enzo doesn't have any single prowler.
Now committing to the ult.
By the way, this Astro Smoke is terrible, but I'm assuming, again, that it was meant to be a stun at some point, but it wasn't used as a stun. So now they use it as a bad smoke.
Now committing to the ult. Oh my gosh, I thought he was gonna go back side. A bit further up, perhaps expecting someone there.
And this is why it's bad. See? This is why it's a bad smoke. Like, this is literally an attacking smoke. Those players go through the smoke, attack CT, and the player from lane has nothing. If he would have a Phantom, he would spam the shit out of this and probably get a kill. But he has a Vandal, so he's like, I'm fucked.
I thought he was gonna go back side. A bit further up, perhaps expecting someone there. Enzo's found one on his S already. But they managed to get the site. The thing is, Stax is back here. Stax hasn't been cleared. And he still has some utility. Majorca on the spot. Stax doesn't care.
Time.
He's swinging.
Oh my god, if he would have swung a little bit earlier. That's understandable blunder.
Anyway.
It's just high pressure situation.
A 1v4.
Getting one exit kill is worth it. This is a job for other players now to feed info to Mako. Mako has to focus on the play, but the play has to be called by people that are dead right now. So people that are dead in this situation should be like checking the economy from their own team. They have a lot of cash. They can play exit frags. But is it worth it? So players that are dead should now pay attention to the ultimates from the opponents. If there's someone close to the ultimate, most likely saving, like, let's say Mystic would be 6 out of 7, or Alpha would have been 6 out of 7, or Enzo would have been 6 out of 7. Then Mako playing for exit kills makes no sense. Don't give them the orb for free. Save it. But if no one is close to the ultimates, but they have low cash, then it's worth like getting kills, because that's just most likely damages the economy way more than yours because they have a lot of cash. But all of this affects the decision making in a situation like this, you know? And in this situation, it's worth for Mako to get exit kills. He's not gonna win it, but getting like 2 exit kills actually is super worth. So he should be playing safe for the exits. And also, if he dies, he gets his ultimate for the next round, or gets 1 kill, right?
To preserve the
but
tie.
Not many people think about that stuff, by the way. I'm not saying this to humble brag or something, but this is something really that is important for stuff like this. Min-maxing situation like this actually impacts the macro a lot. He's countering the one way with his own smoke. Very nicely done. This could have baited the B peak, as it did.
If he gets guns down, even just a few.
Repositions towards market. I like this, but he's exposed now to 3 different fucking angles, and he clears lazy. He got lazy when he was clearing the corners when he was market. That's unfortunate.
Frantically to find, is RP alive? Because I'm pretty sure that was Mystic's flash. Thankfully, Mystic is able to actually get the kills. But that could have been a moment where Stax gets both of those players.
W mBanku doceniamy naszych klientów, nowych i obecnych.
Przepraszamy, że nasze parówki są tak dobre. Dolina dobra, grzech nie spróbować.
Fuck me, man.
3 ultimates on the side of DRX. The Hunter's Fury and the Cosmic Divide both key. Buzz has an op too.
If enemy team didn't plant on pistol and lost, we let them live instead of killing them. It fucks their eco.
Boaster and Fnatic right now.
If enemy team didn't plant on pistol and lost, we let them live? Yes, but that is very rare to happen.
Telling my 2 stars, Dirk.
Hey, Buddha, how are you doing, brother?
Play 4 picks, but let's not get too aggressive.
Yeah.
Congrats on the scores so far.
Because that aggressiveness has been.
But I'm very hypercritical towards both Fnatic and DRX in this VOD review, so I'm not certain if you want to listen to this.
It's a nice edge that they choose to dance on. And in some instances, it's rewarded success, and in other times, it's rewarded tragedy.
And also another switch up here, Buzz, with the op.
How many fuck me's you say in a day? Probably around like 50. Depending how much ranked I play. And typically I play the entire day.
So many ults on the side of DRX too. If you burn this clock even a little bit, and they are.
DRX again with no mid control. And absolutely zero utility to control as well because they don't have a sentinel, right? It's an interesting gamble. That hunt got destroyed, but they only had 1 gun. And look, now KO on defense has to control the spawn. They can be already everywhere. They can be CT. This is what I was talking about because they lost the mid control, right? They over-rotated, right? Now they're very uncertain on what is happening. They have so many things to worry about now. But they will know that the main force is gonna go through mid. Oh, that fucking spot. Flash rescued him. Zest not ready for the peak. RB just goes through the smoke. Jesus fucking Christ. That flash was nice. Almost got 2. Oh, wow. Wait, that smoke is from Boaster and he just stays in it. That's very fucking weird. I like the smoke because it allows the players to drop down from the ult. Like, to explain you guys why the smoke is like this, right? See this smoke here? They counter the defensive Astra divide by jumping into the smoke. Like, there's a wall right here. There's the cosmic divide in this spot right here, which makes them drop down into the unknown. So the smoke allows them to drop down into the unknown because they are covered from other angles. But Mystic just fucking... I think this is another mistake. Look, Boaster is quiet while Mystic is just fucking running around making a lot of noise, so it's an easy target for Stacks to kill. And there's no trade because Boaster plays differently than Mystic. Either they go both aggressive for this. Right now, Boaster baited Mystic. Like, this is actually pretty bad, you know? The play for Stacks though, when he gets... He knows about the player, right? And he gets blinded here. His play, his micro counter to this should be move closer, like cancel the reload, go for the pistol, and go closer to this position right here. Because it's a blind, it's not a flash. When he goes further towards the cover right here, he exposes himself to wide angles, right? And he is not able to counter that. But if he would actually cut the corner and go closer to the doorway here, he's able to get a kill maybe. But here, when he goes for not to lose, which is the losing play. You know? Like, this is one of the micro play that you want to achieve when you're playing against a blind. Like paranoia, prowlers, this is the way you want to counter that. And this should be... I think Michael clutched this, right? Don't tell me. I think Michael clutched this. And it's fucking ridiculous if that happens. Like, it's a 3v fucking 1.
Mako once again in a brutal spot. This time it's... I mean, maybe more doable. It's certainly not...
Like, this should never be lost, right? Does he clutch this? Like, that's impossible that he clutches it, right?
Down towards land, and Enzo and Alfie are immediately covering it up.
No, he saves it. Okay.
No chance. Fnatic. Finally.
Yo, Forza, thank you so much for the 3 months. Welcome back, brother. Thank you so much for the ongoing support. Oh shit, Xanthis, I missed you. My bad. Xanthis, thank you much for the new Prime. Welcome to the family. If you could introduce yourself, that would be absolutely amazing. And Forza's back after the years? What do you mean after the years? What do you mean months?
That we're not able to actually use our counter.
Why do you not have a VIP, Buddha? I actually don't know. Wait.
devastating would it be for DRX to get this close and come up just a bit short?
One enemy remaining.
The comeback has been impressive.
Here we go.
And that's the old spin.
That I can think.
Certainly that Fnatic is playing some great defense.
All right, what is the buy? Full buy for both full utility. Buzz with the operator. Oh wait, never mind. They're playing defense. I'm stupid. And both the small shields. By that I mean no shields. Typical Boaster things. He has 4K and doesn't buy shields. Let's see if it impacts him. Fuck you, Garrett. Oh my god, Boaster. No way you're going first with small shields, right? Oh god. With no shields, man. I think my last sub was somewhere in 2020. Really? Holy shit. Well, welcome back then. But wait, you're following since 2021.
What's the read? What?
Zest has put himself in a position to counter ult when this hit comes in on either.
Typical execution on A side with the jet dash. And Deck gets fucked. Where are the other members? See? That's what I don't fucking like at all in those executes. Why are they not committing? Why are they not committing? There's a pull, sure. But Boaster could TP. Mystic should have just been pushing aggressively. Like this is like a typical ranked thing that I how can I be mad at ranked players when top tier team does the same shit? Like you can run through this. You make a full execute here, right? You make a full execute. Someone should be going in with Delca here. Like it doesn't matter what's happening. Doesn't matter if there's a pull. Doesn't matter what's happening. Why are those people here? And Boaster dies, I think, through body shots when he's decayed. So this small shields actually affect the fact that he has no shields actually affects him. Yeah, he's debuffed. So he dies. Actually, I think that makes no difference. Unless he's damaged already, but I don't think he is damaged. Okay, so one bullet kills him. Yeah, so that does affect him. It actually does affect him. The fact that he had no shields whatsoever actually affects it big time because he dies to one bullet to the chest.
And he finds two massive ones. Is this a punt already?
Alfre's gonna grab the orb and he'll have it in the
like I know it's hard to push through gravity well, but it doesn't matter. You need to push through it. You bunny hop with a knife out. Maybe you get killed, maybe not. But if the round is already lost if Delca and Boaster die alone. So this is fucked.
Enzo already all the way back top mid.
Woo!
Have to try here. Alfir again.
That's unfortunate.
Just working past his turret. Smoke delaying everything. DRX, even though they have the man advantage, they've not taken any extra.
And they lost the defragment unless it was already used. Doesn't matter much. So the situation in utility right now for DRX most likely says this is gonna be a B hit because if the only way Fnatic wants to win this round is by using the Killjoy ultimate, but I don't think like it's 11-9. Like they will try to do something, but probably the Killjoy ultimate lockdown on B is just too telling unless it's a fake for A. So, but it's they don't have a man advantage or like even tie, so it doesn't make sense to split. It makes sense to go 3 players together, you know?
Again marking from the grave, just walk up through mid. Let Alfir do what he does best right now. Open things up.
Zest has a drone, but he has no drone yet. He's just messing.
Oh, he tried to break the door.
Through it. 13 seconds left.
10 seconds left.
And Zest is on the other side.
Oh wow.
Alfir gets him. A 3v3, and he still has that lockdown, but you haven't cleared out Stacks. You haven't cleared out Stacks. The power in his left.
Getting stuck.
Stacks on the swing. Enzo cleans it up.
And no plant. Why did he stop planting? Enzo stopped planting. So this is a major mistake by Enzo. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if if the back player, if Stacks would kill Enzo, it's lost anyway. But there's a player behind Enzo. So Enzo getting scared here is a major mistake that you can do under pressure, but it's still a mistake. You know? Like, this is still a mistake. There's the player that is planting here with 6 seconds left. He needs to stick. He needs to deal with the fact that he cannot stop. Because if he stops, they always lose. If he doesn't stop, maybe they win. You know? It's a pressure like habit. Like, you know, it's a habit, but you're also under pressure. But unfortunately, there's a higher standard that you want the pro players to be at, and this should still be considered a major mistake.
But you haven't cleared out Stacks. You haven't cleared out Stacks. The Prowler in his lap.
Getting stuck.
Stacks on the swing. Enzo cleans
He got off. He got off.
No way.
He was exposed, and Stacks
You know?
didn't even select the right target.
I mean, it is what it is. It happened, but it shouldn't happen. Like, you cannot say that this is not a mistake, you know?
Fnatic. Oh no.
He plants in the open as well. I mean, he needs to plant because they're running out of time. So he needs to plant somewhere. Maybe he could have been a little bit closer to the to the dice. You know? Like, let me check. No, yeah, he could have been a little bit closer to the dice, but at the same time, I don't blame him starting to plant there, you know? But it's just, he should have just stick it. That's it. It's unlucky. It's not really luck, but you get my point. What is it? Muted. All right, what's the setup for DRX? Mid, no control on mid, by the way, again, right? The opponents still have a full buy. It's so interesting that this is the approach to the round.
On the faces of Fnatic.
The way that they play, essentially DRX, once they gamble pushes to sides. So this is an interesting approach. Why they leave mid is because they want to potentially stop the push from A main with a one-way smoke and the dagger, right? And if all of that fails, they always have this stun or pull from Astra, and then the rotation will happen. And then the other side of the map is clearing it's the bait thing that we have seen before from DRX that failed to like be successful, the trap, like the way that Stacks clears for Buzz, and Buzz gets the bait and then goes out with the operator and tries to get a kill. Something that Alpha outplayed last time because Buzz didn't have the patience to be static. And if there's anything on mid, they can reposition the Sova to use the drone here. But other than that, I really like the setup because there's an also arrow, if I'm not mistaken, on the backside of B. So that's the reason why they leave mid, because now the job for the Sova will be, that's why you have 3 initiators. It's still like, see, he's droning right now from mid. But it is a gamble, a bit of a gamble setup, but it can work.
Znacie IKEA?
Thank you, IKEA. Never heard of you.
And there's barely even any passive utility.
And the smoke from mid creates pressure, but they don't really mind because Zest used the drone. And now they have the time. They're going to have all of the utility from RB and Zest available in 5 seconds. So they will have a way of regaining space or info. Look at Zest and RB. They're going to have the... Literally in any moment they will have the utility back unless the HUD doesn't fucking update. Hello? Now, like, this is way too long. It's massively delayed. What the fuck? Yeah, right? This should have been on the HUD like seconds ago. There's no way that this is... whatever. This is not important. But it's delayed.
Right now, this could be a reset opportunity for Fnatic. So if they win this round, good chance. In the next, look at the space of Buzz, though.
Will Fnatic play for the ultimate? They have to clear B main first. It's not easy. Nice reaction from Buzz with the one-way instead of using the dash. Now he activates the dash. Okay, he used the dash because they lost mid control and the market push is already happening because of the paranoia. So now they go for the B ultimate, which is fine. There's still a gap, but look. Oh my god, Boaster! Oh my god, Boaster still gets the 1 kill. Oh god, dude.
getting locked up here in the back of side. Oh,
Buzz is safe. Buzz is safe. I don't think they know. Oh, I don't think they know.
They know. They 100% know. That's why they play like this. But just Buzz still gets one kill. And this is the clutch. Oh my god. I mean, this was nicely played. I feel like Fnatic actually played this well. They just lost some duels, but they played it well. And Boaster, even though he failed to kill the guy in CT, he got the KO. So he actually should have lost that gunfight against KO, but he won it instead. Who would have thought that he didn't get the easy kill, but he got the hard kill, right? And now this is the clutch. Let's try to find what happened exactly here.
Now he hears the plane. Gets the stars back to swing.
He gets the info about one player.
And off of that, he goes Astral. He goes Cosmic.
Probably using a smoke would have been better here. So, but that's personal preference from Mako, right? So he gathers the space from here and here. So he pushes players off into those positions, right? With this kind of utility. This is why his crosser placement is on this point. Because he expects the player to be backside, now reposition towards doorway, and that's why he has the crosser placement here. There's no peek, so he still checks the right side. So he right now, his utility achieved nothing. But now this is like nuts. The fact that Enzo looks at lane, like, I think this is the major problem here. Like, he's exposed. How do I explain that? This is easy in a hindsight 2020, right? But Enzo holds the lane from an angle that is not easily tradable by Mystics. I think overall his positioning is a mistake, even without considering the fact that his gun is sticking through here. Like, I think this is a mistake anyway, even if there will be no one coming from the stairs. Because the thing is, if you want to achieve... Let me show on Valorant. If you want to achieve a crossfire here, right? On B side, this is how Enzo plays. And Mystic is here, right? So this is fucked. Because if someone peeks from lane to see Enzo, Mystic doesn't have an angle because this is very deep angle from behind the wall, right? But if Enzo plays here, then the player needs to peek out of the lane so Mystic can literally just go back one step and have the angle for the trade. And if the player goes in from stairs, then Enzo can peek out here, or depending on the angle, or here, like whatever he plays from dice, it's actually a good trade peek for the stairs. But if he stands like this, this is a mistake for lane, and it's a mistake, of course, for stairs because he's visible, his gun is visible, right? But this is a huge blunder in positioning. And again, you know, like heat of the moment and shit like this, but it is a mistake, you know? Why did Enzo not play further at backside, end of lane? Because that's not a good positioning. Like, I literally explained that. Like, you don't want to play here because you're exposed from stairs. Look, let me show it to you. Oh shit, it kicked me off the custom map. Wait. Enzo need to go? Yeah, you get 10 minutes timeout for that shit. Broop. They gotta fix the diffuse animation not going on sometimes. Lost some rounds because of this. What do you mean? Look, where Enzo is standing is right here, right? So someone can deep lane him while the player from here is not able to trade. Like, what? How do you want to trade this? Like, you would have to be like in this position, which is too far because Mystic is standing right here, right? If you stand here, you're like fully fucking exposed to an angle here when this player has contact, right? So you can still die if the player just clears right side first, because then you have no angle to trade the guy here. Like, how do you trade him? There's no way. You wide swing here, it takes 2 seconds. You wide swing here, it takes fucking 3 seconds. So this player is fucked. You can't stand here. But if you stand in this position, right here, you're not visible for the boxes, right? You're not visible for the boxes. You have an angle for a deep push on lane, which, because it's like this, right? So the player from here can literally do that and trade you, right? It's still tough to do, but it's possible. But if you stand like here or here, you're either fucking over yourself or your teammate.
Volkswagen, they got the rails, what betrays Enzo.
It's not even about the visibility from the stairs, but it's more about the duration that you would be required to trade your teammate, right? Because look, it's like when this player peaks, even if he doesn't like, the opposition is just so far back that if he peaks like this and he gets a lucky kill on this guy, this player here needs to be loud for the trade, and that allows the player coming from stairs to be aware where the peak is coming from. Should Mystic have taken another position? Was there a more optimal crossfire there? I mean, the crossfire there was on Enzo, not on Mystic. I think Mystic position was okay.
Fnatic a second. And DRX, I mean, the same situation. Just only their
No, I think Mystic position was fine. Because the thing is, if you would have taken a different position...
Jak dobrze zacząć dzień? Z pieczywem chrupkim z błonnikiem.
Wow.
Wypełnij dzień smakiem.
Thank you, brother. If Mystic would have been taking a different position, like, if he would be standing here, let's say he's standing here, then Enzo would have to be still backside, because he's not able to trade him otherwise. Like, this would be the position for Enzo if Mystic is standing in this corner. But otherwise, he's fucked. So, I think Mystic played in the correct position.
At a global tournament. Yet the problem for them still too.
Will you vote review FPX? Nah, not today. Like, this is... I'll be honest with you guys. I still want to play the game. And this is pretty straining for like... This is me talking so much. I did 8-hour vote reviews before in the last year. And I was so fucking drained. Is actually nuts. And after the stream, I have to actually drive 3 hours to pick up my daughter. So yeah, I don't want to be super drained.
Can't think about that now.
Grouped up against back here at A, and we saw how badly that went last time. Still, Alphair and Fnatic made a meal out of it.
Like, don't consider this a normal VoD review. If you're a coach or an analyst, this is not how you VoD review, because you don't have to explain this shit to yourself. You just take notes and that's it, and you skip next. And so VoD reviewing one map takes like 30-40 minutes for a seasoned veteran, because you go on a faster speed, you pay attention to specific stuff, for example, you don't look at everything unless you really want to. And here I'm doing like a VoD review of one map and it takes 3 hours because I explain everything.
Eventually in the post round, or late round, I should say.
Here.
And they're finally going to go for a tree split. Pulling out
so 1-2-2 split. Wait, what is Enzo doing? Yo, Melonin, thank you so much for the prime. Welcome to the family. If you could introduce yourself to us, that would be absolutely fucking splendid.
First to smoke.
So it's a 1-3-1, but it's very, from the positioning of the maps, I can't really tell. I think it's gonna be B push, but it should be an A push. But Derek is right now in mid. He should reposition. So unless it's... yeah, fuck me. This is so awkward.
He wants a fake right now.
Okay, so it is a B split. But they're faking A. That's why it looks like an A split.
Does it pull anybody?
No, never mind. I don't know. It's very weird. It's very weird positioning right now. Now they made smokes for B. I feel like they were miscommunicating a lot, or they were changing plans every moment. And unfortunately, Enzo again has the ultimate with no prowlers. That is so disappointing. So it ends up with an A push. I don't think Buzz was actually spotted by the ultimate. Yeah, there are only 2 lines from the ult, so Buzz wasn't affected. He's still holding A main. And now the main pressure is on the players on short. Buzz should get a kill. Never mind. What? Why is Buzz moving? Literally worst decision by Buzz. He's holding A main. He doesn't... Like, what the fuck, man? This is terrible. Like, let me explain this shit. Because, fuck me. This is really not playing well of your teammates. Essentially, we see Buzz, who is holding this angle the entire fucking round, right? And there are two players holding short. And when this player, like KO dies here, the Astra knows about 3 players. She repositions for Jen, right? So her job, my god, epic pen. So her job is to hold the short push, right? But the player from Heaven, which is the Jet in this case, she repositions at the same time to Jenny when Mako repositions here, the Astra. So they are now literally fucked because they go into the same spot. But if Buzz, again, patience, would just hold this angle right here, it would be more beneficial because the players from short, even if no one comes from A main, the players from short are going to push aggressively, and that means that Mako can play time, can just like try to get lucky, get 1 kill, hide behind the Jenny, and that baits people into peeking into Jenny. And most likely players are just going like this. They're going to peek out here and be exposed themselves to Heaven, which allows the player from Heaven, if he doesn't get the kill from main, to just be like this and just get 3 kills. Jumping down is a terrible idea here. Boston small shields, yeah, we already spoke about that a lot of times.
Zest is here. 13 seconds left. Alpha on the plant.
Happy to be here. I enjoy your streams. I usually have it on the background while I work, so I won't be in chat that much. Don't worry about it. We have a lot of people like that, but I appreciate the financial support that you're providing for the stream.
Mystic close by.
Also, don't think that if you're not subbing, you're not helping. You're helping a lot. By just being a viewer, you just help a lot to the stream.
Can they do it here?
I don't like the spacing with the drone. No one takes the space. Like, I really don't like this. The drone is just like, what? Ooh, okay, we got an info 1 player, but no one took any space. So the drone just didn't do anything. The Hound doesn't do much right now, and so does the Arrow. They still only regained the space that the drone cleared. They had so much utility that could have been used more efficiently.
On the swing, he's gotten into 1v1 here as he tries to win the round himself for Fnatic. Is he going to check the right side? Oh. No! Another clutch for DRX!
A first match point on this map, and it's DRX who holds it.
Alkalia to superwater o pH 9,36, która lepiej nawadnia i przyspiesza spalanie tkanki tłuszczowej.
Don't listen to this garbage ads. Utility wise, only ultimate on Mako, Deke, Bosa as 1-off, doesn't matter. It's the same push on B side with the Deke jet dash, right? Let's see if they actually correct it.
The DRX faithful come to life one again as they can smell fracture. 1 round away.
No, it's not the same pace. Actually, now when I think about it, I think Mystic didn't miss the flash before. He does the same flash here. Look, see? They're clearing it for the same shit as the Prowler. I don't like this.
Smell fracture.
I don't like this. I would like a flash through the window here, but that's... So he actually did it on purpose during that round when Dirk was dashing on side.
From getting them there, but if we've learned anything about Fnatic...
About 85% of the crowd were cheering for Fnatic, by the way. Whenever DRX fans cheered, everyone booed them to silence. Well, that's sports for you.
They will not go down without a fight.
Dueling crowd in the final moment. Dueling teams. Buzz has the op on an angle that's not smoked.
The Prowler not going to go deep enough to clear him out. They're expecting challenge up.
Oh wow. He has an option. I thought like he dinked him for like 30 damage. I was like, what the fuck?
Anticipating the swing. The shot's not going to land. Durka's able to slip the net and get forward. And they've got the spike close by 2. Boaster's still on the other side.
He's been wanting to call so many fakes in the last couple rounds, but they've never been biting. How do you get them to bite?
40 seconds. They lost the mid control. Yeah, that's why Buzz is looking at the spawn right now. This is a decent setup from DRX, but this setup is literally saying we plant our feet and we try to kill as many people as possible, and it's most likely going to be a retake for the other players from the other side. And it's going to be like a disadvantage or equal footing. That's what the positioning on the map tells me.
And Boaster wants to run it this time.
Hello, Run Ryu. Run. I'm doing well.
Fake TP as well, potentially into the smoke. RB's considering, but nobody's rotating.
Discipline from DRX as they hold.
And now the Mako wall to stop the push from lane.
Divide through, and it's fortunate because it covers both sides. Durka tries to go up top. He still has the blades. He's spotted ahead.
Oh. Small miscommunication by DRX here on holding the angles.
Alpha are still healthy, able to clean up stacks.
And this is a huge fucking issue right here.
In a second, but he's only able to go.
Why is Buzz going in for that kill? Like, why is Buzz going in for that kill?
Able to clean up stacks.
He knows that there are like multiple players here. Like, it doesn't matter where he will be after the dash, he's still fucked because the players are so fucking far away. It would be, I know that he will be most likely dead from Boaster if he stays CT, but I think it's still the correct way to just wait for the other teammates, and Buzz just overheats here. No, it's the equalizing this, like, this makes no sense. He has no info. Like, his dash is still, like, he's able to dash away, but he just doesn't do it. But he just overheats. This is something that he did many times in many rounds.
Overtime seemingly inevitable. What can RB do? What can Mako do?
Yeah, this is fucked anyway. I'll be honest with you, but I don't think Buzz played well or even good this game. It doesn't matter that he has 10 kills. Like, the way that he made the decision making, like the trap play on B, misplayed. The A positioning on Haven, misplayed. This one, misplayed. Those are massive mistakes, massive blunders actually.
In this event, once against Furia, where they came back from a 9-3, and once against FPX, which that went so long I don't even remember the circumstances. We've swapped
Overtime light shields. Yeah, well, both the IGLs, and out of habit does this thing. But this is why, like, look, guys, I can guarantee you that those 4 players don't call anything right now, and they should have, like, there should be one player that doesn't really speak in the fucking pre-round timer to pay attention to the buys, pay attention to the utility of the opponents. Like, there's no way that Bosa has to do everything. And I can guarantee you that Bosa does everything. In every team, there should be one player, the one that doesn't have any fucking tasks to do in the pre-round, to pay attention to how much cash the opponents have, to how much orbs do they have, is anyone close to the ultimates, and pay attention if everyone fucking bought the fucking shields. Like, that's what one player should be paying attention to. The one player that doesn't call anything. He should have this task in every team. And I'm saying this for over a year.
Sides, DRX now on the attack, but they felt a lot more comfortable than Fnatic did, even though the score is identical.
What do you think we're going to win champs? I don't know. Every team is really inconsistent right now. The only consistent thing is Yay right now.
You imagine that was to see if Durka had a glass op and was holding mid. But certainly not the case.
He does not. Instead of holding A main, there's no one way for him by Boaster. So just jiggling. Durka disappeared in that.
Every team is shit. I'm not saying they're shit, but again, I'm disappointed in the overall level of Valorant right now. I think to the expectations, a year and a half ago, the teams were better. then the expectations of now, the teams didn't advance fast enough to the expectations. And right now, teams are just looking pretty awkward to how they should look. They didn't change that much in a year and a half. They changed a little bit to the better, but it's not the same speed of advancement that you would expect, you know?
And that's all he needed to know.
They don't need to be consistent though, they need to show up when needed. And Vader, please stop talking bullshit.
He backs right up, and DRX glad to
if you think consistency is not important, consistency is the most important aspect of every esports.
take the space that he is now unoccupied. Flash, sir, he's flashed up. He can't see a thing. Buzz on the dash right into his smoke. And Durka, now he can see, and the timing is perfect as he's able to find one off of it. But that's it.
But Enzo dropped the spike next to...
Mystic out position, by the way. Why is he playing that position? That is pretty bad, not gonna lie. He's playing for the flash on short, but now he's being smoked off and flashed, and he's fully out positioned, and no one can help him. That's pretty bad planning, not gonna lie, from Mystic.
Right into his smoke. And Durka, now he can see, and the timing is perfect as he's able to find one off of it.
Enzo gets two through the smoke. Holy fucking shit.
But Enzo dropped the spike.
The kill for the smokes were insane. Enzo hard carried this round, but they still lose, right? No one came through short. Like literally no one came through short. And Boaster makes the absolute biggest mistake of this round, which is pushing out. Why is he looking at closed doors? Like he sees the closed doors. Why is he looking at that? He's most likely calling a strat and looking at the minimap and just straight up dies. Like that's not timing. That's just mistake. Like you see the closed doors. You should not be looking at this. You just hold here or destroy the door. You know?
Now position given away. The door is still.
How does he cross though?
He's grabbing there two on the other side. He's gotten it to one, and off of that Buzz strikes. A 1v1. Alfier again in a clutch position. Can he win it out against
now
Buzz?
He knows.
He's healthy. He's up top.
Tell me when Buzz stops speaking.
He's got the advantage. The high ground. But can he land the shots? No, guessing everywhere is Buzz.
Typical Buzz behavior. And he wins it somehow, so he thinks he played well.
Commits and Buzz does it again!
This is terrible. This is absolutely fucking terrible. Absolutely fucking terrible. He doesn't need to do anything. He's gonna get alerted when the other player goes in. Like, oh my god, dude.
Another match point for DRX. Another opportunity to stay alive here at Champs.
But still, the biggest mistake is Mystic and Boaster. Mystic gets totally out position, has no impact, and Boaster looks at the wall for some reason and just peeks out. Like, that's huge blunder, huge blunder.
With a 2v2.
But by peeking, he doesn't let Alpha advance and get better positioning. Alpha gets never better positioning. Alpha literally gets never gets a better positioning if he goes from heaven.
And Alfier, the inspiration of many here in Turkey, falling short twice in back-to-back 1v1s.
The kid feels inevitable, though. It just feels like there will be this moment. But can DRX put them away before it happens?
The only way Alpha gets look, fuck me. Let me go to the custom map so I can explain that without sounding like an angry moron. When I'm playing here, right, and I'm doing a retake, I know my opponent is here, right? What are my options? 1, drop down, gives info. 2, drop down behind dice, gives info anyway, right? And that's probably the best option right here. So you have but then you still need to be alert of every single angle. And you have to go like this, right? That's probably the best play. Other play is going silently through here, but that is just too much time. Can it? Like, you have to do it like this. To go silently, you need to do this. Wait, what? Wait, I didn't uncrouch. You have to do this, but this costs time. And this is the only way of going down without doing an actual info. Probably the highest win rate plays that you want to do, I wouldn't risk this because this is double jumps. Like you're inaccurate in 2 moments, which is the moment where your opponent can kill you, right? Probably the best play is drop down behind dice like this, so you isolate the angles, right? Or the other one is, oh my god, when you're not fat like me, it's probably jumping up, but I'm not mechanically as good as pro players. This is probably the best play, but you're still exposed, and you cannot do that with a gun out, right? You're not able to do that with a gun out, right? Yeah, you're not able to do that with a gun out, so you have to do it with a knife. So you're fucked. Right? Can you do it while re-equipping? No, you're not. So, yeah, you're fucked. You're fucked.
Fnatic feel like they're playing as if they were about to be eliminated themselves, especially on this attack side. It's been hectic. They're forgetting things.
Reposition through doors? I don't know, man. Like, Alpha had the alarm board. He could have just... I don't think the alarm board has any impact. Like, he just... It was just a fiesta. Thank you, Peter Gabriel.
But you can literally
Sledgehammer.
The pressure that these guys
Such a nice song, by the way.
Thankfully,
so now DRX on the advantage, on the better side. They close the doors for market, and again, don't play mid. Interesting stuff. So they plant their feet, and Buzz now will have to regain control of market while being anxious about where the opponents are. Look at Buzz and position on this pawn. Like he's so anxious if they're gonna be close to them. That's the price they pay for no sentinel. Oh Jesus fucking Christ! Did he see a gun?
Oh boy! Oh my god!
I don't think he saw a gun. He just fucking shot. Maybe we're gonna see a replay. No, we're not gonna see a replay because the game ends.
4v5 to save the game here, Fnatic.
Gravity while trying to delay. Buzz going in aggressive, making sure that no one's made their way out. Boaster once again trying to cut off.
And Boaster this time gets killed by RB. RB already was punished one time by that position, and Boaster gets punished this time.
And he fails.
So yeah, rip in pepperonis, my brothers.
Oh, and it's all on Alpha here, and he cannot keep them in it. Overtime, DRX. Ascent, DRX.
That's the CEO of DRX, by the way. I'm not actually certain if I pronounced it correctly. I met him, by the way, the CEO of DRX. I think I met him in 2014 or 15 at some random dream hack, I think, or something like that. I can't remember. But how do you pronounce it? Is it Kang? I'm not sure if I make that, if I say that correctly. Anyway, it's an interesting round. It's an interesting map. I feel like both teams made numerous mistakes. There were a lot of micro mistakes as well, and map positioning mistakes as well. It's very interesting to see that both teams have like benefited more from the mistakes of the opponents than actually good planning from themselves. It is Kang? Okay. Do you think some of the mistakes were done to pressure? For sure. But at this level of play, like, it shouldn't be an excuse. You know? That's what I think. And I think Buzz needs like a huge VoD review of his own movement on that map, because I feel like he was throwing rounds.